Alright, if you're watching this, listen up. Because most of you have no clue how property law actually freaking works. And you're out here buying land, buying houses, signing off deeds, and you don't even know what the hell you're agreeing to. That's how you get financially slaughtered. This case, Neponsit versus Emigrant, is about one thing. When a promise in your deed is not just some little footnote, it's a legal fucking hook into your property forever. And if you don't understand that, you're playing Monopoly with real money and you're losing. So here's the setup. We got the Neponsit Property Owners Association. They're a realty company, and they divide a chunk of land into nice little residential lots. And every single deed they sell says, hey buddy, you and whoever owns this land after you are gonna have to pay a yearly fee to the Property Owners Association. So whoever gets the deed, whenever they pass it down, same fees. Doesn't matter if you sell it to the next person, you get it, right? The fee stays there forever. That's money for keeping the shared areas, roads, parks, whatever, looking good. And you might be thinking, that's harmless, I'll pay the money, right? Wrong. So now comes Emigrant Industrial Savings Bank. They end up owning one of these properties through some transfers. Neponsit sold it to some guy who sold it to someone else who went into foreclosure, and then Emigrant Bank, as we know, when foreclosures happen, they end up with these deeds. So they end up owning one of these properties, and they're like, nah, we're not gonna be paying that. And the Property Owners Association says, oh yes you fucking are. And they sue. And guess what? They win in the lower courts. Now, Emigrant Banks is pissed and says, hold on, paying money isn't a property right. It does not touch and concern the land. That's the legal phrase for you non-lawyers out there learning these things. That's the legal phrase. They're saying this is just a bill, not a land obligation. And the Court of Appeals in New York comes in and says, Emigrant, shut the fuck up. This does touch and concern the land. Why? Because that pavement is not just for fun. It directly affects how valuable your property is, how you enjoy it, and whether the shared spaces that benefit you stay maintained. If you use the roads, the parks, the sidewalks, you get the benefit. You get the benefit, you pay. And here's the juicy part. Even though there's no formal connection between each homeowner and the property association, the court says there's a connection in substance, if not in form. And here's what that means legally. They're tied together, whether you like it or not. The Property Owners Association is basically your muscle. They keep the neighborhood nice, which keeps your property value high. So when you don't pay, you're basically trying to freeload while everyone else picks up the slack. So this is the law telling you a promise in a deed such as this one can live forever and pass to whoever owns that property next, just like in this case. It's a chain around the land, not just a person, and it can involve money. So when you buy, you better know if you got these obligations, because if you ignore them, the court's gonna come in and slap you down just like they did to Emigrant Bank. So don't cry about unfair fees just like Emigrant Bank did. When you didn't read your fucking deed, you agreed. The law says it's binding. So, as you might have already guessed, Neponsit won and Emigrant lost. And you just learned how promises can stick to the land like glue. That's BYG Law University, where we make sure you're not the idiot in court getting your A handed to you. We'll see you in the next case.